hopefully you'll hear me speak in Chinese in my own voice. ，Again, the results are not perfect. There are in fact quite a few errors. 结果并不完美。
Well, that was a machine learning conference in China, and actually after watching this, I kind of fear about the future for our interpreters today here. And anyways, anything you saw there was happening with deep learning. The transcription in English, the translations to Chinese, the construction of the voice, they are all deep learning. So deep learning is an extraordinary thing. It's a single algorithm that can seem to do almost everything. And I discovered a year earlier, also mentioned by one of our speakers before, it has also learned to see. So in this obscure competition from Germany called German Traffic Sign Recognition Benchmark, deep learning had learned to recognize traffic signs. Not only could it recognize traffic signs better than any other algorithms, the leaderboard actually showed it was better than people, about twice as good as people. So by 2011, we had the first example of computers that can see better than human. Since that time, a lot has changed. In 2012, Google announced that they had a deep learning algorithm watch videos on YouTube and crunch the data on 16,000 computers for a month. And then the next picture I'm going to show you would be a little bit horrifying. So the computer independently learned about the concepts like people and cats just by watching the videos. But this is much like how humans learn. Humans don't learn by being told what they see, but learn for themselves what these things actually are. So what does it mean now that computers can see? Well, it's not just that computers can see. In fact, deep learning has done more than that. Complex, nuanced sentences like this are now understandable with deep learning algorithm. As you can see here, the Stanford-based system showing the red dots at the top had figured out that this sentence is expressing negative sentiment. Deep learning now, in fact, is near human performance at understanding what the sentence is about and what it's saying about those things. Also, deep learning has been used to read Chinese. Very incredible. Again, about native Chinese speaker level. This algorithm developed out of Switzerland by people, none of them speak or understand any Chinese. As I say, using deep learning is about the best system in the world, even compared to native human understanding. So we can see now that computers can not only see, but they can also read. And of course, we've shown that they can understand what they hear. Perhaps not surprising now, I'm going to tell you that they can also write. Here's some text that I generated with a deep learning algorithm yesterday. Each of those sentences was generated by a deep learning algorithm to describe each of those pictures. So this algorithm before has never seen a man in black shirt playing guitar, but it has seen a man in black shirts, has seen a guitar, but it's independently generated this novel description about this picture. We're not quite at the human performance level, but we're very close. In tests, humans prefer computer-generated captions 1 out of 4 times. Now this system is only like 2 weeks old, so probably within the next year, the computer algorithm will be well past human performance at the rate things are going. So computers can also write. So we put all this together, and we have very exciting opportunities. For example, in medicine, a team in Boston announced that they have discovered dozens of newly clinically relevant features of tumor, which help doctors to make prognosis of tumor. Very similarly, in Stanford, a group there announced that looking at tissues under magnifications, they've developed a machine learning-based system, which in fact is better than human pathologists at predicting survival rates. This is an example of identifying cancerous areas of human tissue under a microscope. The system being shown here can identify more accurately or about as accurately as human pathologists, but was built entirely with deep learning without any medical expertise by people who had no background in the field. So this kind of technique would allow us to fix a major world problem, which is that there's a lack of medical expertise in the world. The World Economic Forum says that there's between a 10 times to 20 times shortage of physicians in the developing world. And to solve it, we need another 300 years. So imagine we can help enhance their efficiency by using these approaches. So I'm very excited about the opportunities. I'm also very concerned about the problems. The problem here is that every blue area on this map is somewhere where services account for more than 80% of the employment. What are services? These are services. These are also the exact things that computers started to learn how to do it. So 80% of the employment in the developing world is stuff that computers have just learned how to do it. What does that mean? Well, it will be fine. It will be replaced by other jobs. For example, there will be more demand for data scientists. Well, not really. It doesn't take data scientists very long to build these algorithms. For example, these 4 algorithms were all built by the same guy. So if you think, well, it's all happened before, we've seen these results in the past when new things come around and they just get replaced by new jobs. But what are these new jobs? It's very hard for us to estimate because human performance grows at this gradual rate. And now we have a system we know that actually grows in capability exponentially. And we are here. So currently we see things going around and we say, oh, computers are pretty dumb, right? But in 5 years, computers will be off this chart. So we need to be starting to think about this capability right now. So we had this once before, of course, and the Industrial Revolution, we saw a step change in capability thanks to engines. The thing is, though, that after a while, things flattened out. There was social disruption, of course, but once engines were used to generate power in every situation, things really settled down. The machine learning revolution is going to be very different. It never settles down. The better computers get at intellectual activities, the more they can build better computers to be better at intellectual capabilities. So this is going to be a kind of change that this world has never experienced before. So your previous understandings of what's possible is different. This is already impacting us. In the last 25 years, as capital productivity has increased, labor productivity has been flat. And in fact, it's even a little bit down. So I want us to start discussion about this right now. I know that when I often tell people about this situation, people can be very dismissive. Well, computers can't think, they don't emote, they can't read poetry, and we don't understand how they work. So what? Computers right now can do the things better than humans, but most of the time working and get paid to do. So now is the time to start thinking about how we are going to adjust our social structures and economic structures to be aware of this new reality. And that's the end of my speech. Thank you.
Thank you very much for Ms. Pri's speech. It's really beneficial and it helps us a lot, and so do the speakers in the morning. I know, I see from some of your faces, I see that you are quite enjoyed about this morning session, but I do apologize to stop you here now because this is the very end of our morning session. Now, from now to the 11:50, it is free time for you. You can do anything you like. Please do remember that come back to this room before 11:50 because our afternoon session will begin at 11:50 on time. So, ladies and gentlemen, enjoy your lunch break. I hope I can see all of you in the afternoon, and thank you very much.